Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to take a deeper dive into the new Lightning 212. So this is our new super compact multi-process. So it's a AC/DC TIG, MIG, and stick machine. But this unit does not have an internal wire cabinet. So all the MIG's done through a spool gun, which we will show in a later video. But today we're going to focus on the TIG side. Obviously that's been my specialty for quite a while. So let's go ahead and kick her on. We'll run through the menu, show you how to set this up real quick for some DC TIG. We'll run a couple welds, show you how stable the arc is, and then the nice low amp starts on this unit. All right, so now we've got the machine on. Right now you can see currently we're running 240 volts. We're in spool gun, obviously DC because we're in spool gun mode. We'll take it off power set. Now we want to set up for DC TIG, so we've got our lead set up correctly. We're going to hit this process menu button. We're going to scroll over to DC TIG, press select in on the knob, and now we've got our DC TIG set up. So you can see we're 240 volts, TIG, DC. We're in full manual mode. We do have power set mode, but we're all professionals here, so we're going to use the manual mode. So right now I'm on live start, which is a live lift. So the torch is always hot. You would touch the torch down. It'll start your pre-flow gas as you lift up. The machine senses that open circuit voltage and the arc will start. For right now, we're going to go and press this down button. We go to post flow. Let's go ahead and set that while we're here. We can push in and go up by full numbers, and then we can do a fine adjust. So let's go down. We're going to go to high voltage start. So this is a high voltage machine. This machine does not have points. We're going to go to pedal. We are running 332nd tungsten. We can turn pulse on. Right now we're going to leave pulse off. We'll mess with it in a second. So we've got no pre-flow now. So since we went to pedal, our pre-flow's unset. So we're going to hit the down arrow again, come back, and let's set ourselves, we're running a 12.5 foot number 9. Let's just set it to 1 second pre-flow. And we are going to leave at 15 start amps. That's our minimum amperage is 15 amps. Of course, we can always go up, but we're going to leave that down at 15. We've got a nice sharp point on our 332nd tungsten, running 2% lanthanated. Should start up just fine at 15 amps. So now we've got the machine pretty much set up. We've got some 1/8 inch stainless, like 304 stainless. A little test run earlier, 111 amps. My superstition always ending on a 1. So 111 amps it is. Let's go ahead, get these pieces tacked up. Let's make a couple runs, show you the DC TIG performance of the new Lightning 212. So right before we get started, you might notice that the head on this torch is green. So this is actually a testing prototype we've been working on for about the last 6 to 8 months. We've had a couple of these prototype torches out, doing some destructive testing and some durability testing on them, but this is going to be our new Nova torch. These will be available right around March. These will start shipping with all the units and be available on the website. We've gone through and completely re-engineered this torch. We know we've had some torch issues in the past, and this is going to be our solution. So this is going to be like the Gen 3.5 Nova torch. We completely redid the mold. We also redid the copper braiding in the main power line. So we've gone to a thinner strand, but a higher strand count. So there's more surface area for the electricity to transfer. So it is a more efficient transfer of electricity, which results in better starts, also more stable arc, especially on AC, but it also reduces the heat buildup in the lead itself, and it's a lot more flexible. So this thing is super floppy. We've also gone to a full food grade rated silicone line, so it won't degrade, it won't break down, it won't gas off as it gets hot. So, and again, we've also redesigned the head of the torch. We've gone to a higher volume gas flow port in the head itself, and then on the water cooled torches, we've increased the size of the water passage around the torch. So we're seeing really good results with these lately. And you will see some destructive testing side by side with, call it the name brand, the top name brand torches here pretty soon. That's something we plan on doing real quick. So let's get back to welding. Again, 1/8 inch stainless was like 304, some random coupons a customer brought in doing a laser demo. So 304 stainless, 332nd tungsten, running a number 15 edge cups gas lens cup, running some 308 065 stainless. So let's go ahead, 15 start amps, let's light up, watch this puppy purr. A nice stable arc, nice light up. Just running a nice even amperage. Doing a bunch of little micro dips. And a real nice smooth taper down. Let's readjust this just a little bit. So now I'm going to run a little pedal pulse and add filler, just to show you guys the arc's super stable even as we're doing wild swings in amperage. We're still going to have a really nice stable arc. Again, super smooth light up. Going wide open to maybe quarter pedal. Just doing a little pedal pulse and adding filler in. And then nice smooth taper down. Let it rest there. So obviously super smooth arc. Let's go ahead, let's take our main amperage and turn it all the way down to our minimum. And we'll just light up right here in the center and show you guys how this thing does low amp starts. So we're gonna have a 15 amp start with a 5 amp minimum. There we go. I was a little far off that first one. So there we go. So 15 start amp with a 5 amp minimum. So obviously we light up at 15 amps. Once the arc's established, the machine drops down to 5 amps. We're not even hardly leaving a mark there on that stainless. So super good, even in this machine, you know, for a multi-process. Still very, very, very capable on thin material. As we were kind of setting up and just testing out sound and focusing the cameras, I ran out of razor blades, but we fused weld a set of razor blades. That 5 amp minimum really helps on that. So super powerful machine here. Really good for thin stuff too. So it's not like most of your multi-process units where, yeah, you have multi-process and you have TIG, but you have a 15 or a 20 amp minimum. 5 amp minimum, still super good for low amp stuff. So let's go back to the machine. Let's set up the machine pulse, kind of show you guys the range for the DC pulse, and we'll make another couple runs. So here we are back at the machine. So we want to come down to our pulse setting. So we're going to hit this up and down arrow, hit it twice. Now we're going to scroll over to, oop, my bad. We use the over arrow. I'm too used to my Typhoon. So we're going to turn pulse on. So right now we're at 150 hertz, which is really high, but we are at 40% pulse time on at a 20% background. So let's go ahead and we'll push in and turn this pulse way down. We have to scroll a little bit. Come on. There we go. Now we're back in single digits where we want to be. 1.8 hertz. That's kind of my baseline, what I like. We'll go ahead and leave the pulse time at 40% on at a 20% background. So now that we're done here, we can hit our down arrow. We're back up at our main amperage. We're of course going to have to turn that up. So let's set it to 121 amps. So now we got the machine set up for pulse. Let's go ahead and come back. We'll make a run at a slow speed pulse. We'll turn that frequency back up. We'll make a run at 150 hertz. Show you guys the pulse range of this machine. I'll just do a little fuse welding on this one now that we got the pulse going. And still real nice taper down. Pretty standard stuff there. So let's go back. We'll turn that pulse frequency way up. Show you guys the top end range on this pulse. So again, we're going to come down. We're going to double press our down arrow, use our over arrow, go over to pulse frequency. We're going to push in and just start cranking this thing up. So 150 hertz, that's our maximum. Come back, let's make another run real fast. Now this thing at 150 hertz DC, it's going to scream a little bit. It's going to almost sound like we're running AC because it's going to make some noise. So our puddle's a little more sluggish now, running that super high frequency. Even wide open at 120 amps, we're having to wait on it quite a bit. And we'll taper down here. A real nice taper down. So let's flip this thing around. So a couple little short runs, you know, DC TIG. There's not much groundbreaking there. Little more basic than you know, like the Typhoon series. We don't have double pulse. The ranges are a little more limited, but for somebody that's doing a lot of mobile work, in and out of like plants or you know, stuff like that, very nice portable machine. Like I said, still with the 5 amp minimum, super capable on thin stuff. 200 amp output. It is dual voltage. It'll put out 125 amps on 110. So still a very capable machine. But yeah, if you're looking for something super portable, you want high frequency AC DC TIG, you want MIG, you want stick all in one unit, but you don't want a big, you know, 60, 70, 80 pound unit to carry around, take a look at the new Lightning 212. Super powerful little machine, nice, compact, easy to carry around, fit in your passenger seat, throw the seat belt on it, and you're off to the job site. So thanks for joining us, guys. We'll be having more videos coming out with the Lightning 212 here soon. Come back and see us again. Appreciate it.